here at Navy Pier. Cold, 18 degrees Celsius. It's about 64 degrees. And now the sun is out, so starting to warm up a little bit. But freezing my ass off this morning. Because your body assimilates to hot, humid conditions. And when this happens, it's anyway. So moving forward with the knife sparring drills. The next section really is based on kind of beginning to mix things up. Not interception yet. Beginning to mix things up in regards to whether the attacks are on the low or high line. So you begin to have a sense of unpredictability in regard to whether the attack is high or low. Okay, and again, the basic defensive formats again that you've learned in order are the cutting of the hand or wrist, okay, or the parrying, checking or covering tool in regard to blocking or the defensive aspect of the sparring drill as well. Okay. There's another one also that you could have done prior to cutting. In fact, I recommend that you do it prior to cutting. Is simply using footwork to evade. Okay, and how can I say it's you did miss an opportunity to cut him, but at the same time, as a tool of developing good depth perception and good footwork, I highly recommend that you do it as well. So just to be clear about what I'm talking about, whether the attack comes in low or high, basically I just move out of the way. I just move out of the way, or I just move out of the way. Okay, and that's a one way. All right, which means that the attacker is just simply doing an attack. Okay, and again, you can prescribe it to specific attacks, or you can begin to make it unpredictable by having 3 lines, both high and middle. Okay, all right. So that's one clarification. Okay, and again, we're not working on interception yet. We're just working on 1 ways, 2 ways, and 3 ways. All right. So the idea now is that, in the sense of a 1 way, if he attacks me up the middle, I shuffle, retreat, and cut. Okay, and of course the attacker's side is simply to stab up the middle, here or here. All right. So my options again: cut, to cut, and to cut. Okay, and on the high line, cut, and to cut. Okay, all right. So when you get into the defensive aspects as well, okay. Well, no, let me backtrack. So it could be, let's go to a 2-way now. He attacks me low, but I attack him high. Okay? I attack him high, but he attacks me low. All right? There's a 2-way. And then on the 3-way, okay, here's a 3-way for you. Low, high, low. When I say low, I mean middle. Sorry. Okay? Middle, high, middle. All right? So that's kind of how it looks like, all right? And it's the same rundown with the parrying tools, the parrying or blocking tools, all right? The only thing different about the parrying or blocking tools at this point is that, remember that if you use the lateral triangle defensively, okay, that you basically use it as an entry to middle range. Okay? And there I gave you 2 different examples of double checking. Or pass and meet. Or pass and meet. Or pass and meet. Okay? So now you're beginning to see some different extrapolations of things that we did throughout the series. in both A and B, all right? This is just kind of the nuts and bolts on how to work them into a sparring drill, all right? And the other thing that, again, I want to make clear is that I prefer to use thrusting attacks, okay, in regard to majors. And I prefer, personal preference, okay, to use slashing attacks, of course, to minors, all right? And, but you can do both, of course. And so in the sparring drills, yeah, you can also, when you feed the guy, when it's your turn to attack, you can also slash, right? And he has to defend those as well. And again, when you start getting into the kind of the gray areas of these slashes as attacks, oh man, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and it's a great example of the need to use simply just evasive footwork to get the hell out of the way. Because you'll have a brain fart during the sparring drill, and the best you can do is the best you can do is oh shit technique. Okay, all right, dudes, it's gonna cover it. Hasta mañana, and we'll do some push-ups and stretching, and then hit the off it.